Is your project bankable? That's a very big question that I want to ask you today. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to cover a topic that is super important if you're trying to fund your business idea. And this is how to know if your project is bankable. What does that mean? So in other words, how do you convince a bank that your project is worth their money? So if you're an entrepreneur or you're planning to start a business or you're trying to fund your business idea, this is something you cannot afford to miss. So let's dive into it. What does bankable mean? I mean, it's a word used almost loosely. So what does bankable mean? So a bankable project is one that a bank or investor believes is financially viable and is worth the risk of investment. So, in simple terms, will your project generate enough profit to pay back any loans or investment? That is a big question you need to ask. So, for example, let's say you want to open a spa, and I want to use that example, for instance. So, a bank will want to know if there is demand for spa and salon in your area. So, if your financial projections make sense, and how quickly you will be able to start repaying the loan. So basically, they need to see that it is a safe bet for them. So the first key factor that you need to think about when to consider whether your project is bankable is clear and solid business plan. So the first thing banks or investors will look at is your business plan. I mean, this is the foundation of your project's bankability. So a solid business plan, what does it show? It will show that you have done your homework. It will show the thought process. It will show every aspect of your project, from the target market to your pricing strategy. So your project, your business plan will show your financial projections. So again, let's go back to the spa example. So in your business plan, you will want to show how you will charge for this service, how many customers you expect to serve daily, and how you will attract those customers. So banks want to see that you have thought through the details and you have a good roadmap for success. Okay, the tip I want to give here is that your business plan should also include like a competitive analysis, a market strategy, and risk assessment. Make sure that you outline how you will overcome all these potential challenges. So the second factor I want to talk about is strong cash flow projections. So banks or investors generally want to see that your project will generate enough revenue to cover its expenses, and you still have like enough leftover to repay their loan. So cash flow, again, as I have mentioned before, is the lifeblood of any business. It is the money coming in from sales and is the money going out for your expenses. Let me stick to that example again, the spa example. So you will need to show again that how much you expect from the spa service you're going to render to customers every month, how much income that's going to generate, how the income is going to cover expenses like rent, salaries, the spa supplies. A bank wants to know that after you have paid all your bills, you will still have enough, cash flow to be able to repay the loan. So that's another factor that you need to consider before you know that your project or your business idea is bankable. A, be realistic about your projections. If you are too overly optimistic about your revenue, okay, that will raise a red flag. So you need to be conservative. But then, while being conservative, you need to research that your estimates, it's in line with the market. The business model makes sense. Let me talk about the third factor to know whether your project is bankable. It's called the market demand. It's a very crucial factor because if you have a product that nobody is demanding, then investors really will question that business. So investors want to know that people actually want what you are offering. So if there's no market demand, your business idea, no matter how great, won't succeed. Again, I want to go back to the spa example I mentioned before. So if you're trying to start that business, and any business for that matter, you need to think about, okay, is there already a lot of competition in your area? If so, what makes that service, different in that area? Maybe there's a gap in the market, like catering to a niche audience. Maybe you are trying to like bundle service, so that you can serve some unique customers. You need to show that customers will choose your business or your idea over others. Again, tip is make market research, do customer surveys, do competitive, analysis. You need to prove that there is demand. Bank loves seeing, our data. I mean, you can't get money from the bank if you are not able to like convince them with our data, and you need to be able to objectively prove that. Show the customer demographics, show the spending patterns, show how the business is going to meet a particular or a specific need. So that's what I want to talk about, the third factor. The fourth factor that you need to talk about is a strong management team for you to be able to convince yourself that your project is bankable. So banks or investors generally, they want to know that the people running the business idea have the experience and the skills to make it successful. So, I mean, even the best idea will fail if the people that are executing it are not the right people. So, example, if you've managed successful businesses before, or you have experience in, spa or hospitality business, what happens is that banks have more confidence that this business that you're currently asking, them to fund, you have experience to make it work. So you're not new in the game. You have, even if you have a mentor or advisor in that industry, bank just generally want to know that you have experience to make this work. So that is the fourth point or fourth factor you need to consider. The fifth factor you need to consider is the collateral or the security. So that is another thing for you to know that your project is bankable. As you probably will know, bank like collateral because it secures the loan. In fact, investors also like that because they know that, okay, their money is safe. So collateral is like the asset, property, equipment, or whatever that you can use, to repay the loan if things go south. So if you own a building, for instance, and that's a tip, and you want to start the business, let's say you want to start the same spa business, even though your cash flow is not, very solid, banks think that, okay, there is a building, they can, use that as a leverage to see, believe in that business that you want to do. So that is the tip, another tip that you need to think about. The last factor that I want you to consider is the track record of financial history. So many businesses think it's a waste of time to keep records of the successes or even the failures you've made as a business. You need to keep financial records. Even though you're not an accountant, you still need to be able to like tell people what is the revenue of the business, how much you're spending on rent, on this, on that. So what you're trying to do is to create a track record that, okay, you have financial history that your business is, profitable or can really fund the current loan you want to get from the bank. So it plays a big role in determining that your project is bankable. So if you have successfully paid back loan in the past, you also need to like keep track of that, because again, banks want to make sure that if you have done this, repeatedly repaying back your loan, maybe they can trust you this time to give you another loan. I have said a lot, but to sum it up, making your project bankable is all about, demonstrating that you have done your homework and you can deliver on your promises. So whether it's banks or investors, they want to look, they want to look at, solid business plan. They want to see realistic cash flow projections. They want to see, customer demand forecast. They want to know the people behind the idea. They want to see capable team. If you have collateral, they want to assess it, whether it is a valuable collateral for the money you are asking for. They want to see your track record. And that's what I said. It's very important to keep a good track record of your repayment of loan in the past, of the financials of the business, even if it's sketchy. You need to show something that convince investors or bank that you're really serious about what you're trying to the project you're trying to, fund. So that is the video I want to share with you today. So ask yourself that question again. Is your project bankable? And what does it mean? Does your business or does your project show enough cash flow projection? Does it show enough profitability that a bank or an investor will be willing to fund it? So that's what I want to share with you today. If you find the video very helpful, let me know. You can comment. Let me know what you think about the video. If you have like, other views to help, this content, again, I would really appreciate it. Share this video with friends. Let them know about, this content. Subscribe if you want to continue to, get a prompt when I come online to, share videos with you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.